Are you ready to go for a walk? In this video, I'm going to take you off the beaten track on the Punggol Waterway to see some of the things which are still under construction. So if you are ready to share my little secret, put on your hiking shoes and follow me.
The doors. Next station, Dama.
We just got off from Damai LRT station over there, and we'll be entering the waterway from here. This road here leads to Punggol Point, and from here there's an entrance into the waterway. And here's the entrance into the waterway. There is a bridge here which we shall cross to the other side. We've come to the bridge and we're going to cross it and go over to the other side. And from the other side we're going to head in the direction of Sungai Serangoon. A nice Christmas morning here. We see a group of people in practically in uniform, practicing Qigong, I think. Most probably an RC activity. You see cranes everywhere. Unfortunately not the type that can fly, otherwise this is going to be a great bird park. Punggol is now just a huge construction site. Right across the waterway on the other side is Oasis LRT station. So if you need to make an emergency exit, this is where you should head for. Just cut across the field and that's Oasis. Okay, we've come to a bridge. You can go up the ramp and continue on your trip on this side of the waterway towards Sungai Serangoon, or you can take the track on the right which leads to a canal that connects to the sea. Let me show you. You can see the canal better from the top of the ramp. And here it is. I think it's slightly over a kilometer in length and it joins to the sea. The piece of land you see across is Coney Island. Okay, let's continue on our journey to Sungai Serangoon. There aren't any bridges nearby, but just to let you know, right across the waterway is another LRT station which is called Kadalua. If you happen to be on the other side, then this would serve as another emergency exit and you can reach it just by crossing the field. We are now only 500 meters from Sunrise Bridge, which marks the end of the waterway where it joins Sungai Serangoon. Here is another canal Again, it leads to the sea. And it's also under construction. You can get through, but I'll show you the way in another direction. Look at those dewdrops. I just love dewdrops and a sense of beauty and impermanence that they convey. This is Sunrise Bridge, and it marks the end of the waterway where it joins the Sungai Serangoon. You can get on the bridge and cross over to the other side. From there you get to Riviera LRT station, and there's also a cluster of F&B outlets over there. Looking back on the waterway, and this of course leads to Sungai Punggol. We're not going to cross the bridge in this video. Instead, we are going to continue tracing the path of the Sungai Serangoon. That rusty looking bridge over the other side spans the Sungai Serangoon, and it leads to this place called Lorong Halus Wetland. More like a museum of natural history than anything else. And that's the waterway. Okay, we'll be going on this path and I'll show you where it brings us. It's a good idea to cycle because the distances are quite long. Over here I'm running. Walking is also okay, but it will take quite a long time. Let's move on. Okay, we are some distance from civilization now. The LRT stations are quite far away, so before you enter this part, make sure you're well prepared. The skies don't look very reassuring, but I'm going to do it anyway. Beautiful little stream here. I think it's a tributary of Sungai Serangoon. There's a bridge across it, and that's where it joins the Sungai Serangoon. That's the rusty looking bridge where we came from a moment ago. And over at this side, we'll be able to see the dam soon. The dam across the mouth of the Sungai Serangoon where it leads to the sea. And over here the wooden planks give way to a pebbly kind of track. Let's look back at the stream again. I'm hearing a lot of sounds from there, probably filled with interesting wildlife. We've just got to explore this some other day. Okay, let's move on. I'm not sure what that material is, but it's reddish brown in color. And the good thing is it's totally insoluble, so it doesn't turn muddy even if it rains. Yeah, this is the stuff. You see it on this path, a very long path, all the way back to the waterway. From here there's a viewpoint where you can see the dam. Can you see the dam now? Okay, just to give you some perspective first, this is the Sungai Serangoon. And it leads all the way to the river mouth. The dam here cuts the river from the sea, and it also connects with Coney Island. That's the mass of land that you see over there. We're exploring the dam in another video. In this one we shall continue on this path with Coney Island directly opposite. An interesting shelter. Looks a bit like a space capsule. I guess you can seek shelter here if it rains. That is Coney Island. The sun is beginning to peer through the clouds, so I'm spending a little bit more time admiring the scenery here. Doesn't look like it's going to rain. Let's hope so. With so much hype and publicity going to the waterway at Punggol, you would expect it to be overcrowded soon, if it's not already overcrowded. So over here I'm sharing a little secret with you. You can break away from the crowds and take a trip down to this quiet and serene place just next to the waterway. There is nothing dangerous beyond these fences. It's just the partially constructed pathway alongside the canal, one of the canals that joins the waterway to the sea. And over this side is Coney Island again. When completed, this path will lead all the way to Punggol Point, where Punggol Beach is. But currently, I think there's one bridge which is still under construction, so they have blocked the way. We'll continue on this path all the way to the next canal, and from there we will return to the waterway. Following the straits between the mainland here and Coney Island, you will reach Punggol Beach. And looks like the bridge right up ahead is already unblocked. My information, just a couple of weeks old, is now outdated. You can go all the way from here to Punggol Beach. Wow, that's incredible. Okay, Coney Island, there's no beach on this side, just a brick embankment. It used to be a favorite spot for sailors on their dinghies, but now it's out of bounds, slated for development, which I think will exact quite a heavy price on the environment. This is the channel I showed you earlier, and the original plan was to leave the straits on this track here, which joins the waterway further up. But I think over at this end, Punggol Beach beckons. I think I'll head in that direction instead. We have come to the end of the strait between the mainland and Coney Island, and over here we can see that the strait has been blocked out by this embankment. It's not a dam. It does not allow water to flow out into the sea, but it captures water within the strait. And over at the other end, we had a dam which blocks out the Sungai Serangoon. So effectively we have trapped water, what was originally seawater, in the strait, and with rain constantly falling to dilute the seawater, we have converted this into a reservoir for fresh water. An amazing feat of engineering. I just hope we won't see any ecological consequences in the years to come. Okay, we have arrived at the open sea. and it's Johor right across. You can smell the seawater from here. We got a couple practicing Tai Chi at the other end. And this of course is Coney Island. I'll bring you to the gate. That's Coney Island. Also known as Pulau Serangoon. Okay, so this island connects with the mainland now, but construction works in progress. One hallmark of Coney Island would be the casuarina trees, and also their wild dogs. I believe some of them ventured over to the mainland and might have bitten a few people. In the past, sailors would camp here. They have their barbecue and then they feed the wild dogs. But once they fence up this place and make it out of bounds, the dogs have no food. And what happens is really sad. What happens next is really sad. That's a floating fish farm. A big ship just sailed past. Those are the steps on Coney Island. We are departing from the strait between the mainland and Coney Island. And following the sea, running alongside the sea, we will encounter another strait. That's the strait between Singapore and Johor, until we reach Punggol Beach. This is Coney Island, and over there is another island. We call it Pulau Ubin. Over this side is Johor. And that's Punggol Point, right up ahead. That's the new viewing platform. But the old jetty is still there. They have not demolished it. We've got a very adventurous Ang Mo fisherman here. He's going out to sea, obviously to fish in that tiny little boat over there. Yes, that's him putting on his life jacket. The sky really doesn't look reassuring at this moment. But our Ang Mo fisherman, oh, it's a kayak actually. Okay, so some sort of a kayak is going out to sea. Okay. Let's hope he comes back alive. Okay, from the looks of things, I think I better be going back before it starts to pour. Wow. The sound of the waves crashing. And I think very soon the thunder is going to be roaring as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video and hope you try out this little track as well yourself. I'll see you in another video.